Thank you. Welcome everyone to our Apex Awards presentation. This is a first ever program for us, our first opportunity for an inclusive awards ceremony where everyone at the conference is invited. Tonight's program stands on the shoulders of 1952, when SWE presented its first award, the Achievement Award, to Maria Telkes. Fast forward 70 years, and we're here today to present what SWE now calls its Apex Awards. This is the group of the highest awards that SWE recognizes. We're excited to announce that we're making improvements to the awards program this year that focus more on intentional inclusion, increasing the number of award opportunities, furthering the global reach and global applicability of SWE awards, and addressing gaps that will foster greater belonging among applicants. These exciting changes are the result of an 18-month effort from the SWE Awards Task Force, who poured over every detail of our awards program and made a series of recommendations that were then adopted by the Board of Directors in June. We are grateful for the efforts of the SWE Awards Task Force, as well as the efforts of the Awards and Recognition Committee in service of tonight. You can hear more about these updates to the awards program by listening to episode 223 of Diverse, a SWE podcast. The new program provides for about 100 new awards that will recognize those who identify as women, men allies, and groups whose achievements or works help expand the positive image of women in engineering and technology. It also calls out the awards that we will present tonight, which represent, again, some of SWE's highest achievements. I am also incredibly excited to say that I will not be the only SWE leader helping award our Apex recipients this evening. To help recognize our honorees, I'd like to introduce everyone to SWE's President-elect, Karen Roth.
Thank you so much, Alexis. It's great to share the stage with you and to know we're about to recognize these top recipients. Apex Awards is a great name for this presentation. And thinking about being part of this evening, I realized that both Alexis and I, and many of you in this room right here, are also past SWE Award recipients. While I'm sure we each have our own unique memory of receiving an award, for me, recognition by SWE at any level gave me clear validation that what I do in my job or with my SWE family really has meaning. It also helped me realize that recognition from SWE unites as a group with so many other world-class women in engineering and technology. This helps allow the voices of SWE Award recipients to be recognized and here within our own organizations and across all of SWE's membership globally. Tonight, we will recognize 9 individuals spanning 6 award titles. As Apex Award recipients, these are the highest honors that SWE bestows globally. So first, let me say congratulations to everyone. Our first award is the Distinguished Engineering Educator Award. The Distinguished Engineering Educator Award honors an individual who identifies as a woman, who has made significant contributions in the fields of engineering, technology, or science related to engineering. The nominee must have at least 20 years of professional experience with at least 10 years of instructional experiences in one of those categories. This year, we are actually recognizing 2 individuals. First, congratulations goes to Annabelle Frega, PhD, with Universidad Carlos III de Madrid.
So, thank you so much. I am honored and grateful for being here today and sharing time with so many inspiring women during these days. This is my first time at this event, and I am so overwhelmed, but also so energized at the same time. I want to thank you, SWE, for all your efforts in helping us to create awareness and also to live without limits. I only have words of thankfulness to my university, my colleagues, my friends, my dear students. Thanks to their support. and especially to my family, my husband, my lovely kids. Thank you so much for pushing me to work hard every day. I want to thank INCOSE and the Empowering Women Leaders in Systems Engineering, where I found a second home and a place, an environment for inspiration. Thank you all. I would also like to send a message. I would like to say that empathy and compassion have been seen as a weakness instead of strength. And I would love to say that empathy and compassion help us to become a better version of ourselves. And will produce only better results with healthier and more inclusive approach. So let's make a difference. Let's bring more kindness to this world because we need it. So let's be remarkable, let's be extraordinary, and let's be kind. So thank you so much.
Our second distinguished engineering educator is Elizabeth Thompson, PhD, with California Polytechnic State University, San Luis Obispo.
Thank you for this award. I'm incredibly honored and grateful to my students and colleagues who continuously inspire and encourage me to learn. I am also thankful for my daughter, Cameron, who is here with me today. She's an outstanding engineer, and I'm honored to share this moment with her. Over the 4 decades I've spent in engineering, I've seen progress, and I'd like to believe my contributions played a small role in that. Yet, it's undeniable that engineering is still not designed by or for people like me. I'm obsessed with the Barbie movie, and I do know it's not perfect, but Barbie's insightfully points out how it's both challenging and essential for us to openly address the issues we face. She says, by giving voice to the cognitive dissonance required to be a woman under the patriarchy, you rob it of its power. It is also important for us to be authentic, embracing our emotions in moments of significance, like right now. Echoing Barbie's words, this makes me emotional, and I'm expressing it. I have no difficulty holding both logic and feeling at the same time. And it does not diminish my power, it expands them, powers. So as I conclude, I'd like to leave you with another gem from Barbie, and that I hope resonates with all of you. Celebrate your achievements without reservation. As Barbie and I now proudly assert, thank you. I worked hard and I deserve this award.
Our next award this evening is the Entrepreneur Award. This award honors an individual who identifies as a woman, who went out on her own to start and or maintain her own engineering technology, or science-related to engineering-based business, and in doing so serves as a role model to all women who have ever risked financial security for the possibility of uncertain rewards. The entrepreneur has demonstrated a conviction to dreams and a willingness to make them happen. The nominee will be an entrepreneur who is skilled in technical, business planning, administrative, and financial techniques, and excels in business leadership. The 2023 recipient of the Entrepreneur Award is Melanie Lang with Form Allied Technologies, Inc.
When I was a little girl, I always remember looking up at the sky with my telescope and knowing that it was something that I wanted to be a part of. Little did I know that I would be working to develop a technology that, among other things, would enable space travel like multi-material rocket nozzles. But I came from very humble beginnings, and I wouldn't be here without the support and love from some very powerful women in my life. So I'd like to thank my mom, my grandma, my aunties, and my entire family. I'd also like to thank my little girls, my boss babes, and my dance mom friends. You have always been my biggest cheerleaders, and you all keep me going. I'd also like to thank my partner in crime, Jeff, and the entire team at Form Alloy for making the future of manufacturing possible. Now, I'd like to leave with one final quote, and this was a quote that I heard in high school, and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna kind of keep that. But then early in my career, when I was asked what my favorite quote was, and I stated it, I was told that maybe I should pick something more appropriate. But I think we're amongst friends here, and I think it's important that we celebrate as women when we accomplish something and we have power, and it's okay to celebrate that, and it's okay to dream high and make it happen. So I would like all of you tonight to do a toast to yourself for all the things that you've accomplished and all the things that you'll accomplish in the future by saying the following. Vini, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. Thank you so much to the Society of Women Engineers, and thank you, Stacy, for the nomination.
Next is the Resnick Challenger Medal Award. The Resnick Challenger Medal was established in 1986 to honor SWE's Dr. Judith A. Resnick, NASA mission specialist on the ill-fated Challenger space shuttle flight on January 28, 1986. It is awarded only as merited for visionary contributions to space programs to an individual who identifies as a woman with at least 10 years of experience. This award acknowledges a specific engineering breakthrough or achievement that has expanded the horizons of human activities in space. The 2023 Resnick Challenger Medal Award recipient this year is Sandra Irish with NASA Goddard Space Flight Center.
Well, thank you so much. This is quite an honor. It's an amazing honor to receive the Resnick Challenger Medal Award. Judy Resnick, Dr. Judy Resnick, she inspired me to become an engineer in the space exploration field. She is one of 6 women that were assigned to, were selected to the astronaut corps in 1978. And she became an electrical engineer at the University of Maryland, which was my alma mater. So it's especially special for me to receive this amazing award. But however, I did, from a very young age, my father used to take me to the airport. Back then, you could go to the airport anywhere you wanted to go. And we would go and I was in awe of watching the airplanes take off and land. And I knew right then that I was going to study aeronautics and astronautics. So in my 40 years as a NASA engineer, I've been so fortunate to work on many amazing missions. I've worked on missions that have made discoveries of our Earth, have found remnants of the Big Bang, and most recently in the development of the James Webb Space Telescope. It's an amazing telescope, and just within its first year of operations has found many discoveries in the formation of new stars, of new galaxies, of exoplanets, and they are going to find life. I know it. So I'm so excited to have worked on that for so many years. Through my work, technical work at Goddard, and also through the Women Engineering program that I've been able to work on for many years, I've strived to inspire women to pursue this amazing career in engineering. However, I am most proud of a woman who is here tonight, my daughter Christina. She's right there. She's really amazing, and she's become a successful engineer for Collins Aerospace. Also, I would like to thank NASA and the women engineers at NASA. And I would like to thank the James Webb Space Telescope Project, and also I would like to thank SWE for this great honor. I would like to thank my husband and my family, and especially my dad, who was the first person to inspire me to look into the sky and beyond. Thank you.
Now, while this is the Society of Women Engineers, I like this award because it recognizes the male allies we have in the world and how they help us in that globally. This is the Rodney D. Chip Memorial Award. This award honors an individual who identifies as a man or a company who has contributed significantly to the acceptance and advancement of women in the fields of engineering, engineering technology, or science-related. This year, we are recognizing 3 gentlemen. The first Rodney D. Chip Memorial Award recipient for 2023 is Shalandra Jagtep with John Deere, India.
Thank you very much for this great honor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really humbled to receive this award for supporting advancement of women in engineering, technology, and science. Thank you, Svi. This recognition is basically a culmination of the efforts of many leaders and employees in the organization and especially for advancing women in the workforce. We have a very thriving ERG ecosystem in the organization for women, for people with different abilities, and also for LGBTQ+. Thank you, John Deere, and my fellow colleagues for making me part of this journey and the opportunity to contribute. We have come far, but we are far away from where we would like to be. As I accept this award, it reminds me of our shared responsibilities for driving DEI even more. Ultimately, organizations will have to be the reflection of society and play a transformational role for social and economic well-being with women as a key partner. On an individual level, I learned this from my parents. My mother is well-educated and was a working woman. My parents gave equal opportunity to my sisters for getting engineering and science education. My sister was the only girl child in entire boys' high school to get science as an education. That taught me the importance of creating, as a man, a family support system so that the woman can really fulfill their dreams. My wife, she did a phenomenal job of raising kids and getting them well educated. I'm missing her today. I would like to thank my parents, wife, and my family members. In Indian ethos, it is said, Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devata. It means, wherever women are given importance and honored, that society and there the God rejoices. I am sure in many countries and many cultures, they have a similar type of ethos. Society of Women Engineers are doing a tremendous job with different organizations for bringing this social change. I would like to thank and congratulate SWE staff, all participants, award winners, for their unwavering commitment for advancing women in engineering and science, and very successful and impactful conference. Thank you. Let us continue our journey for brighter and more inclusive future. Thank you very much.
Our second Rodney G. Chip Award recipient is Martin Stier with HP.
I'm deeply honored and humbled to receive the Rodney Chip Memorial Award from the Society of Women in Engineering. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the selection committee at SWE, to the HP team that nominated me for this prestigious award, but also to HP, a company where I've spent 14 years of my career and learned that it is possible to drive change and walk the talk on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Being recognized and associated to leaders like Rodney Cheap, who made a huge contribution in helping women engineers advance in their careers, it is a privilege. I take this recognition as a testament to the dedication and hard work of all my colleagues, mentees, and sponsees at HP who have always inspired me and encouraged me to take an active role, to advocate for sponsorship, to call out and coach men for not giving women the career opportunities they were ready for, to support learning and development efforts that helped women address their fear of failing, build their confidence, and encourage them to go after what women deserved. I'm committed to continue making a difference to help advance women in engineering and to make our society more inclusive. As a grandson, as a son, as a father, as a husband, as a brother, as a friend, and as a colleague of amazing women, I'm constantly reminded of their talent and capabilities and that there is no longer room for inequity. I would like to dedicate this award to my wife. Vicky is here with me, who has been there right beside me all these years and inspired me to make a difference in this world. Thank you.
Our last Rodney D. Chip Award recipient this evening is Nels Swenson with Intel.
I have been lifted up by incredible women throughout my life and in my career. My mom, my sister, aunts, grandparents, in-laws, friends, and daily by my wife and my daughters. I've also been lifted up by women throughout my career at Intel. These are women who hired me, trained me, and continue to manage and guide me. The support of leaders like these women inspired me to develop a cohort program at Intel. The program resulted in vice presidents becoming advocates and career sponsors for women at Intel. Through the hard work of dedicated volunteers supporting me, that program became a success and a SWE-worthy award. My recognition today is also a result of being lifted up by another group of women. These are the women that consider me to be their mentor and were inspired to recognize me for the impact I had on their career. These women are engineers. They are also mothers, daughters, wives, sisters, in-laws, and friends. They have all of the responsibilities and focus it takes to excel in those relationships outside of work, in addition to making time to focus on their own career journey. I'm humbled to be considered a mentor to these talented engineers and honored to have been recognized by the Society of Women Engineers for my contribution in supporting the advancement of women in their careers at Intel. Thank you.
Next tonight, we have the Suzanne Genesis Upward Mobility Award endowed by Northrop Grumman. The Suzanne Genesis Upward Mobility Award honors an individual who identifies as a woman with at least 20 years of experience and who has succeeded in rising within their organization to a significant management position, such that they were able to influence the decision-making process and has created a nurturing environment for others in the workplace. Northrop Grumman has endowed this award. For 2023, I'm proud to announce Tony L. Doolin, PhD, with Oregon State University as the recipient of the Suzanne Genesis Upward Mobility Award.
I would like to start by thanking my fellow SWE members from the Willamette Valley section for instigating and coordinating my nomination. I would also like to acknowledge the Society and Northrop Grumman Corporation for creating and endowing the Suzanne Genesis Upward Mobility Award to shine a light on women engineering leaders. I am truly honored to be recognized in this way. My early experiences as an engineer and as an engineering manager at Hewlett-Packard were my inspiration for pursuing a doctorate in engineering management. Leaving a great company with many exciting career opportunities to pursue a doctoral degree with a family that included 3 young children was a leap of faith. During my first year of doctoral studies, each of my children joined me on campus for a day so that they could get a firsthand look at my new job as a student. After attending 3 classes with me, my daughter, who was about 4 years old at the time, asked me, "Mommy, why are all of your teachers boys?" I remember being flabbergasted that at such a young age, the gender of my professors would be noticed. I recall responding, "Nicole, that's why I'm going back to get my degree. Someday, not all engineering teachers will be boys." Each day, as a senior leader at Oregon State University, I find opportunities to apply my engineering training to make and influence decisions that impact faculty, staff, and our amazing students. I am deeply grateful to my OSU colleagues and would like to thank the leaders who supported my nomination and who have worked alongside me to create equitable access to higher education. Finally, thanks to my family and my husband who joins me tonight for your support and providing me the inspiration to do the work that I love. Thank you.
I will announce the final award for tonight, the 2023 SWE Achievement Award. The Achievement Award is the highest award given by the Society of Women Engineers. It is presented annually to an individual who identifies as a woman who has made significant and progressive technical contributions for at least 20 years in the fields of engineering. Their academic training may either be in science or engineering. Everyone, please welcome to the stage the recipient of the 2023 SWE Achievement Award, Thea Farazen with Honeywell.
Thank you, everybody who showed up tonight, and thank you, SWE, for acknowledging my discipline of human factors engineering with this Achievement Award. I am very proud of my flight deck innovations at Honeywell that are the basis to improve safety in air travel for years and decades to come. I want to thank Barbara Brockett, who's in the audience celebrating with me. Barbara is my former engineering VP at Honeywell and a longtime volunteer with SWE. I want to acknowledge her achievements in engineering and thank her for modeling the best-in-class leadership behaviors. Barbara lifts people up and performs at a top level. And thank you, Marla Peterson, for being the SWE spark at Honeywell. I also want to acknowledge my late boss, Don Bateman. He invented Enhanced Ground Proximity Warning System. This box, mandated on all aircraft, provides an alert to disoriented pilots. Terrain, terrain, pull up. From Don, I learned to be professionally impatient. I'm not talking about impatience that is angry, anxious, or obnoxious. I'm talking about professional impatience with a vision and a focus on doing better, being efficient, perseverance, persuasion, and being action-oriented. I'm currently practicing professional impatience in my current work project, where I'm trying to convince airlines and manufacturers to equip with a new technology I helped invent. It reduces the risk of collisions on runways. This year, we've witnessed a dramatic increase of close to catastrophic near misses on runways. Earlier this week, Houston Hobby Airport was closed for several hours after an accident where two corporate jets collided. One was taking off and one was landing on intersecting runways. Knock on wood, no one died, but we may not be so lucky next time. And undoubtedly, there will be a next time. But don't worry, flying is still much safer than riding in a car, especially in LA. So don't stop, don't stop flying, as it's good for Honeywell stock price and continues to be one of the safest forms of transportation and helps promote both social and economic growth across our global society. I started my professional career as a pilot and flight instructor in Arizona, and then a bush pilot in Alaska, before I received my master's in aeronautical science from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I've had aviation and engineering jobs working at 40 below zero in Alaska and 120 degrees on the hot tarmac in Arizona. But a special note to any summer 2024 Honeywell Arizona intern candidates, it's a dry heat. I've been lucky to flight test my safety systems from small Cessnas to glamorous Gulfstream corporate jets and Boeing airliners. No Boeing in the audience? Okay. I'm grateful I've had the opportunity to work with people from Kansas to Paris, Bangalore to Beijing, Phoenix to Prague, Minneapolis to Miami. It's been an awesome adventure, but not without challenges, including lack of representation, gender bias, unequal pay, stereotyping, ... not to mention motherhood and menopause. I've battled through imposter syndrome and work-life balance challenges as a single parent. But from my colleagues, my daughter, my older sisters, and allies, I've received tactics and strategies to persevere and keep growing. In conclusion, I'll leave you with 2 lessons I've learned along the way for success as a woman in engineering and innovation. Number 1, don't accept sexism or racism. Stand up, lean forward, and advocate for each other and yourself. Sometimes it's easier advocating for others than for yourself, but remember, you're supposed to put your own oxygen mask on first. Number 2, work on becoming professionally impatient. Have high standards, work on efficiency, be action-oriented, work on persuasion and persistence, but also recognize the importance of compromise. Figure out the win-win, where it often looks more like no one's the big winner, but you've got progress and most people leave the room more or less happy. Thank you, Sui. Thank you to my daughter. Thank all of you here. I feel like a bit of a vampire this week, feeding off all the amazing Sui energy and awesomeness and intelligence this week. I'm so honored to accept this Achievement Award for my work in human factors in the development of safety systems in aviation. Thank you all.
Congratulations again, Via. Your work is both inspiring and teaches us all to live without limits. This concludes our first ever Apex Awards presentation. Thank you again to our sponsor, Intel, and also thanks to the SWE Board of Directors, the Awards Task Force, and the Awards and Recognition Committee. And of course, all of the awards judges for their fantastic work. Thank you again for being part of our first ever Apex Awards presentation. I hope that you are leaving tonight as inspired as I am. Thank you all for being here.